So when we last left off, we had escorted Derek here to the medical tent to get his wires rearranged. Sandals did a pretty good job of that. Got him all sorted out, all conked out. Now he's having a nice nap under a sheet, like you do, hidden from view. As a lumbering creature appeared in silhouette outside the tent, prompting most of the crew to at least attempt to hide and go unseen in various places around the medical tent. Except for Jet. Jet now stands turning to see this tremendous amalgamation before him. It looks like the beloved character actress Margot Theus, but she's covered with many duplicates of her own face, arranged in various emotive states that shift around her body. They don't stay in place, they are moving around her. And as she lumbers towards you, those who were aware of her arrival remember hearing the voice of a viewer speak to her just moments ago, demanding, hey, give us murder. And judging by the meat cleaver gripped tightly in her feathered hand, that appears to be what is on her mind. Murder.
I think that on top of not hearing that, Jet also still sees her as Margot. And is unfazed.
Of course.
That said, it is Margot with a meat cleaver, and that's a very particular flavor of Margot. So,
ma'am, are you getting reception? There's a fire.
All at once, the various beaks around her body begin to gibber incoherently. You can sort of make out a few words from some of them, but they're all saying different things. Anyone with at least one rank in pop culture realizes that many of the things they're saying are notable quotes from her various film roles. But spoken all at once, it's just incoherent jabber that you can't make heads or tails of. However, it is fairly clear that she is rapidly approaching Jet.
I am under the table. If she's paying attention to Jet, can I see her legs?
Yes.
What kind of legs does she have?
She has big old bird legs.
They're bird legs. Well, what I'm saying is, are they
scale?
Legs. Are they scale or are they skin?
They're scale. They're like Foghorn Leghorn when he rolls his little tights up and he's got chicken feet underneath. They do match the three-pronged bloody prints that you saw in the diner.
That's what I was expecting. Okay. Does it look like I could harm her feet if I were to use the weapon I am currently holding, which is to say the scalpel I was using on Derek?
Yeah, with enough force applied in the right way, you could probably do that with a scalpel.
I think while she is paying attention to Jet and lumbering towards her, Sandals is going to reach out from underneath the table and slice her Achilles tendon.
Ooh, all right. We're going to go into combat then.
Meanwhile, Jet's response to that, whatever sound that was just, whoa, I didn't quite catch that. You need a glass of water?
She's sounding a bit muffled. Very strange.
Now, I think we successfully hid.
Yes.
Do I get any bonuses from that?
I will let you use that hiding roll as your sort of initiative for this encounter. Let me see.
You only have to be better at hiding than the person that's standing in the middle of the room.
Which is very easy to do.
Because you rolled a 1. Your last roll was a 1.
Who rolled a 1?
You did. I think it's actually a stability test when you did that, but it says your last roll was a 1.
Yeah, because Jet didn't hide.
What's there to hide from?
Yeah.
Everyone's just overreacting, for real.
I don't even know what they'd be overreacting to yet.
Okay. So let's...
Does she have faces on her legs?
Yes, they do go down, but they sort of like stop at the scaled part where there's not really enough room for them to maneuver, and then sort of just ping pong back up.
I mean, that cover on the table is like pretty low to the ground. So I'm truly, my goal is to like slip my arm out and just like slice. And I'm also wearing a red coat. That's the color of the tent. So I mean, I'm camouflaged.
Natural camouflage, like Snake when he wears bricks.
Yep.
Let's see. Drag people initiative. Okay. So we are going to start with Sandals making the first move in this little encounter. Sandals, if you go to the equipment tab of your character sheet, you'll see you have several attacks available to you.
Okay.
And if you hit the plus or minus buttons next to them, that will add scuffling to it. You have no scuffling, so you don't get to add anything to it. Never mind.
Okay.
I
Gotcha.
just realized that the pistol you gave me has a Supreme logo on the side.
Wait, what?
Where's
AA on the other side.
Figure out how to look at things again. Let's see.
Glad you put in all this attention to detail. I appreciate it.
It's just called a gun.
Continue. Also, I'm assuming
great.
I don't have 31
Oh my
bullets. That's
God.
an error.
Turn the gun around and
Yeah.
check the
Oh,
other
no.
side.
Oh no.
It says, hey, hey.
That's great.
I wasn't prepared for the Supreme logo.
As far as you are aware, there are no bullets in the gun, but you haven't tried firing it yet. Maybe it doesn't need bullets. Maybe it's a magic gun.
That's would be an interesting conclusion to draw.
All right.
It has a modeled barrel.
It does. So, Sandals, you have your fist and your scalpel available. Each round in combat, you can choose to either attack using scuffling or shooting if you have an available shooting weapon. You can instead attempt to roll fleeing, or you can do a third thing. The third thing requires a spend from one of your investigative abilities to do something to alter what's happening here. You can get very creative with those since you are spending your precious few investigative resources on them.
So what you're saying is like, I could, I mean, I'm not gonna do this right now, but like I could spend like 3 hiding points to get like a sneak attack on her or something like that, or am I misunderstanding?
It would need to be from your investigative skills, which are the ones on the left, not the general
on the
skills.
left. Gotcha.
But these can be
Crypto-
things like setting up a trap, discovering a vital weakness in the foe, knocking something over to create a hazard so you can escape more easily.
I guess in this case then, can I use my cryptozoology to very quickly analyze her and see where the weakest point or the most effective spot I might be able to attack would be?
Sure. Yeah, give me a cryptozoology spend.
Alrighty.
Okay. You've read about creatures like this before. Of course you had. Your Sandals. You've read about every mythical or cryptozoological creature that exists and the ones that don't. It strikes you that because these faces are moving around so rapidly on her body, they probably aren't actual vital spots. So attacking them isn't necessarily the same as like hitting someone in the head. So you think going for the head, like you would for a normal person, would probably be your best bet for her.
So basically, places where the extra heads aren't are probably squishier than places where the heads are.
Correct.
Okay. Interesting. So, I mean, I don't know if Sandals wants to like lose his hiding spot yet and like kill her. I don't think he wants to kill her, really.
Does he want to see how this goes first?
Yeah, I think he's very curious about what's going to happen. So he's under the table and he's waiting for a moment to do something.
He's still in the investigative phase, fact finding. All right. So after Sandals, Grayson, you did manage to hide. I believe. Let me double check rolls.
It was not a great roll.
You got a decent roll. You managed to hide. She doesn't appear to be aware of your presence. What would you like to do? Do you want to stay hidden? Do you want to try and get her attacked? Do you want to try and get out of here or get someone else out of here?
I mean, my interest at this point is definitely trying to get Jet out of harm's way, but
that's a good idea.
Until she's got, ready to swing that arm, there's no chance in hell I want to get out of cover.
Understandable. All right. So remain hidden for now?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Manifesto. Let's see. What was your hiding? You gave us a 7 for your hiding roll. You have fully vanished from perception.
He's braced between the two rods on the top of the tent, looking down like a ninja, just like
perfectly poised for a
He's standing directly in front of
he can be small when he needs to be.
He's standing directly in front of a luchador statue that just happened to already be there.
So what is Manifesto going to do with this opportunity?
Oh, okay. I noticed everyone's doing the chicken and out of attacking this chicken here. But I don't feel very positive about Jet just standing there. And as the clucking bell is kind of getting a little bit closer, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with that too. I think that Manifesto may have to call upon some of his indie days when he was doing some of his indie shows where there's only a couple people showing up outside of a high school parking lot and try to do a merge from the table he's currently hiding under, I assume with sandals, and to use an improvised weapon and to try to body her with the fucking table.
Oh, hell yeah.
Table.
All right, I love that. Give me a scuffling roll. And if you
Okay.
want to make sure it counts, you can spend scuffling points on that, or you can just let it fly.
Okay, so with the objective of just stunning the fuck out of this situation, nothing too lethal like a scalpel or what have you, I'm going to add in 3 scuffling points and do a roll.
All right.
Nice.
An 8 is absolutely going to hit her. You crack her over the head with this table. What's the damage for that going to be? All right, give me a d6 for the damage.
Okay, so I just type in roll 1d6.
Yep, slash roll 1d6.
6.
Woo!
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Choo-choo.
Choo. All right, choo-choo chicken. She's about to get knocked the fuck out. Let's see. All right. And she has been taken down a peg. She is momentarily stunned from the unexpected event of being hit with a table.
I'm sorry
Can
for
I-
removing your cover there, Sandals.
That's fine. That's fine. Can I ask a mechanics question?
Uh-huh.
You said momentarily stunned. Are we to take that as stunned until her next turn?
You are not quite sure looking at her. She's definitely reeling back. You don't know if that means she will momentarily be out of action, though.
Okay. I was asking in a DM sense if you were telling us something, so that answers the question. No, we need to. This is not a. You were not speaking to us mechanically.
The answer is maybe.
Perfect. I love that.
All right. Javier,
Yes.
what are you up to?
Well, I also assumed I was hiding under the table, so I guess maybe we were packed under there like Tetris pieces or something, Tetris blocks.
But everyone picks the same hiding spot.
It's forced perspective in the picture in the background. It's actually a much longer table than it seems.
Yeah,
It's a much longer tent.
It's like 10. Yeah, it's like 10 feet long. Absolutely. Yeah. So I think I'm going to try to, while she's stunned, I'm going to try to grab the cleaver from her. So let's see. I guess for that I can roll fist and I can add scuffling points if I need to.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I only have 2. This is gonna be. I'll have 1, I think. All right, here goes nothing.
All right. 6 will hit her, and you will do 2 damage. Her grip is tight on that cleaver, though. You can't seem to wrest it away from her.
Oh crap! So I guess I just went and like punched her in the face and tried to grab the cleaver at the same time.
What is Jet's reaction to all this right now?
Yes, I must know.
We're all beating up a celebrity in front of him.
A celebrity he doesn't know, so it's just some old lady. What the hell do you think you're doing? That was a real table. This isn't a show.
Jet, she's gonna fucking kill us. Get the meat cleaver out of her hand.
It's a bit dramatic.
As if to agree with Javi, you hear several of Margot's screeching heads shouting, "Kill them! Kill them!"
The Manifesto in this situation, having post-bodied the chicken, his attention would, I guess, turn to the fucking injured little gecko dude, lizard man, Age of Empires dude.
Yeah.
I know it's not my turn right now, but Manifesto would maybe look to like Grayson or Jet or one of the people who haven't taken a turn yet and be like, I think we should leave. Can someone grab him?
He's underneath a blanket. He's hidden, just as a reminder.
Okay. I know, but we should probably get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is going to be Margot herself. So she's got a few fun options, and she is reeling from that table hit for sure, but gets her bearings back. She can't quite get Javi off of her to use that cleaver, so instead she's going to use something special, which is going to require her to spend some of her resources. Let's see here. Simple spend. Okay. And all at once, all of her mouths across her body open up and begin to unleash this incredible screeching that nearly deafens everyone in the room. I need everybody to give me a stability save.
You. So many dice. What?
Oh, sorry, I had you selected. That was Margot's roll.
I was like, how did I do that?
Bonus dice. All right. Javi and Jet, you are going to take 4 stability damage.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
Javi, that takes you down to 1.
Yeah, I'm on the brink here.
Ooh, boy. And Jet, you're down to 4.
Well.
Through her cacophonous screeching, you can barely hear your own thoughts. You just hear the entire scripts of every movie she's ever played in running through your head all at once.
What is that? Tibetan throat singing?
Let's see. And then next up, we have Jet. This Tibetan throat singing has got you in a bad way. What are you gonna do about it, buddy?
Losing force stability sounds like a very significant amount of distress.
Absolutely.
So I think the previous scenario might be out the window, and he's gonna kick her in the head. if potentially the worst experience he's ever had is happening right now.
Quite possibly.
Just a roundhouse kick.
I just imagine, you have
Isn't he
Javi like hanging off one arm. Manifesto's just knocked her down onto one knee with a table. Jet just full boot fucking kicks her in the face.
Yeah, it's just
All right,
job.
that'll hit. Give me a 1d6 minus 2 for damage. All right, that's 3 damage then. You're working her over pretty good. All
How
right.
did she look, like, health-wise?
the things that a brain hemorrhage will do to someone.
There is definitely blood coming from many of her mouths now. Even as they relocate, they continue that dripping, coughing sputter of blood. She is staggering back and forth, barely on her feet.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Sandals, what are you gonna do?
I think at this point, Sandals wants to, he was like probably crouching where the table was this whole time, just watching what's happening. Now that she's staggering, I think Sandals is going to come up behind her and just bring the scalpel up to her throat from behind and slice.
All right.
Damn.
And because you spent your action, you spent a investigative spend to locate the perfect spot, I'm gonna let you roll twice and take the better roll.
Oh, yay. I mean, do I even need to?
Well,
Good
you
choice.
might want to, because that one did 0 damage.
Oh, I see. I thought I was rolling to hit. Gotcha.
You did. You rolled a 6 to hit and a 0 for damage.
Oh, gotcha. That's weird.
Okay. Your second one is a 3 to hit and a 1 to damage, which does hit. So, as you lodge this knife in her, she actually manages to grab the scalpel with one of her beaks that's poking up from her cleavage and prevent it from going in a deadly amount.
Okay, but it still does hurt her.
That is absolutely a good area to hurt her. She just
Okay.
intercepted you.
Gotcha.
It's an
Okay.
upsetting image.
All right. Grayson, there's murder happening.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
What does OSHA think?
Do the finishing blow, Grayson.
Smack her on the head with your clipboard pencil.
Basically, right? No, I everyone is now engaged on this. I gotta try to help. So Grayson 100% stands up from his hiding spot, and seeing that Sandals has kind of looked for a weak spot, maybe he's trying to punch the scalpel in.
Ooh.
Just imagining smacking it at the end of the scalpel with a clipboard. Bang.
Let's go.
Everyone's just fucking going at Margot like the Office space printer.
There's been a lot of frustration and stability loss. So is this scuffling check?
Either scuffling check, or if you go to the equipment tab, you see you'll have a fist weapon. You can just roll it from there. And that will automatically roll your damage when you do. Ooh, unfortunately, you're not going to hit her with that. She manages to like dislodge the scalpel, and you just end up kind of like wetly slapping against her neck.
Yeah.
It's, it is covered in blood, so you got that going for you. Let's see. Next up will be Manifesto.
A good thing the tent's already red.
Fucking
Yep.
suplexer, bro.
Well, you know, I want that improvised weapon bonus, because otherwise it's -2. It's -1 if I use a weapon. So is there a folding chair around here somewhere?
There are actually several folding chairs, and they're already folded
How
up
are
for
you
your
going to use
convenience.
a folding chair on someone that Sandals and Javier are both on?
I'm not on her. I was behind her.
I
You turn
tried
it
to
sideways. And
Didn't you
chop
try
her
to
with it.
slice the throat of somebody that's on the floor?
I assumed she was on her knee.
Yeah, I believe
Cause
she
said
had
she was
taken a knee.
staggering.
Oh.
If the cleaver is in her right arm, then Javier's kind of like on her right side. So maybe if Manifesto is coming from the other side, smack her in the head, sort of thing.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and another scuffling. Another attack. I'm gonna pick up a folding chair. Gonna try to crack her over the head with it while everyone's panicking and flailing around and trying to stab her. All right.
That'll be enough since you did your scuffling spend on it, and that'll hit her.
Okay. 1d6.
Nice.
All right. She takes a steel chair to the head like a champ. Oof. Let's see, how far does that take her down? Ooh, she's not doing good at all. You actually, it looks like you cave her skull in with that. Her primary head now has a very distinct chair-shaped wedge, like caved in. But the rest of her mouths are still, well, screaming, but still going. This does not appear to have been a fatal blow like it would be for a normal person.
Stop it.
And her screeching is only getting louder. Javi, you feel if you don't take immediate action, this cleaver is going to be going into your body very soon.
Yes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not the only... Sandals is not the only person with a scalpel. I still got mine. Surgical tools on me. So I think I'm going to, like, just basically, like, stab into her hand and try to cut, like, the flesh between, like, her fingers real bad to basically loosen her grip so she can't possibly keep holding on to that thing. So
I like it.
And so I can press +1 on that to take from scuffling for surgical tools.
Yep.
Here we go, last scuffling. Hope we don't have to fight anything else the whole time we're here.
Oh, so optimistic. All right. That's going to be 1 damage. It is a successful hit. You do manage to sink the surgical tools into her. There's a spray of blood as she swings her wing wide and drops the cleaver.
Thank God. Yeah, I was like gonna die if she didn't drop that thing. All right. I'm not sure how the turn-based stuff. Like, obviously, I would want to pick it up, but that might be someone else's thing to do on their turn potentially. However that works.
You know what? If you give me a medicine spend, I will say that your clear diagnosis of where to hit to get her to drop lets you pick up the cleaver just in time before she can get to it.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and spend. That was 1 of
Medicine
Oh, medicine. Where's that? Oh, there
on the left side.
Yep.
All right. You now have her cleaver. I think I can actually just drag that over to you and then you have it. Let me see. Yep, you now have the cleaver.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, that's awesome.
All right. So now it's her turn. She has been mandated to do a murder, and she has lost her favorite tool of murder. So this is very upsetting for her. So she's just going to scream.
Yeah,
Lots
that's
of screaming.
relatable. That's really unfortunate when that happens. I also hate it when I lose my favorite murder tool.
So in addition to screaming, she's going to bite everyone around her at once because she has that many mouths. So let's see. Her bite attack. That will hit everyone for 3.
Oh.
Well, everyone for Derek. He's still hitting. So let's see.
Are you going to minus our damage for us, or should we do it?
I'll go ahead and do it because I can just pop it up really fast. Jet, you're down to 1, buddy.
Oh,
Oh, wait, sorry,
no,
that was your
I was
stability.
going to say it's health.
My
I
bad.
haven't been hit yet.
All right, Jet's down to 7. Sandals, you're down to 9.
Yep.
Javi, you're down to 5. And Manifesto's down to 13. He had a lot to start with.
Grayson should take damage too, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's here.
Grayson. Yes, Grayson's here. Grayson's also down to 9. Jet, you have been bitten by this woman, and while she is not facing you, you're not sure how she pulled that off, but that is a talent to be sure. No wonder she's America's sweetheart.
Just hit her with the steel chair.
You could hit her with that $25,000 camera you're holding.
I could do exactly that.
Having held a red before, those things are angular and heavy. Like that, those are dangerous
Yeah.
weapons.
No, I think he's going to bring it down on her on reflex
Yeah.
after being bit. This is escalated in a very confusing way.
With the power of incredible violence.
Let's see, I don't have like an improvised weapon though skill, if that's a thing.
That's okay. You can just roll fist and we will adjust it in our heads.
Is it scuffling?
Yep.
If you go to equipment, you can roll your fist.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
That rolls the scuffling and the damage all at once.
Ah. Do a spend.
All right. You only hit her because of the spend. You would not have hit her without it. And you do 2 additional damage with this improvised weapon, but it is also going to severely damage the camera. And let's see, how much health did she have left? That puts her at exactly 0.
That is an incredibly climactic ending.
And Margot goes down. Right. So, one last ability check from everyone as you're recovering from this.
Not gonna be anything left.
Ugh.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, fuck.
3 1s in a row? What the fuck? And a 6.
Perfect. Good job,
Javi.
Javi.
I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see.
Yeah.
That was DC 3, so Sandals, Grayson, and Manifesto are all going to take 1 stability damage.
That's not too bad.
Sandals
I still have more stability than what most people started with, so I'm okay. I'm doing all right.
The other 2 are not doing so hot. So before you lays the horribly warped and mutated, bloodied and caved in body of beloved character actress Margot Theus, still twitching as the last of the life runs from her. You do notice one of the viewers poking its head in, well, its eye in, from the open front tent flap.
What's Jet's reward?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
You mentioned before that when we hit 0 health, that does not mean we are actually dead yet.
Correct.
Is she dead?
You can go into negative health, but if you hit 0 and every time you go down past 0, you have to make a check to stay conscious.
Gotcha.
Should we keep hitting her with a
So-
chair?
You could. You absolutely could.
I think right now Sandals is gonna kneel like over her, and for a moment it looks like he's just about to like take her pulse, but he just draws the scalpel across her throat while she's incapacitated to just
That'll
seal
work
the
too.
deal.
All right. Sandals has ensured that this is the end of the fight. And you hear the viewer slowly approaching you. It makes a weird little wispy noise as it hovers around, seemingly displacing the air around it as the fog that encroaches around Cape Karma clings to it in a strange circle. And it says to Sandals, hey, a boon, a boon. And what's it going to give to Sandals? It's going to give you a pair of goggles appear on your head.
Interesting. I don't think Sandals really, I think he probably like lifts them off his head and like holds them in his hand for a second, and he's just like not paying attention to the viewer. I think he's looking at the corpse, trying to see if anything is changing with it, like if it's demutating, if it's altered in any way, if the vision that we saw of it has faded at all.
It appears that whatever version of reality that this creature existed in, so far removed from what Margot once was, is staying.
Okay. Interesting. I think at this point, Sandals is going to like just like stand up and like look at the group. He has a scalpel in his hand and goggles in another. He kind of looks at the goggles, kind of goes like, nah, and just like tosses them aside. And he looks at the scalpel and just like takes out a tissue and like wipes the blood off of it and then tucks it into his pocket. And then just very matter-of-factly looks at the group and says, so I think we should go.
You don't say? Now you think we should go?
There was a very pressing threat, and we dealt with it, and now we should leave.
Where the fuck is Melville?
Jet, I need you to shut the fuck up for like 5 seconds and just take a full look at your surroundings. And finally, for the love of God, realize the situation that we are all in and give it the modicum of respect it deserves. Because four of us just right now...
Jet just books it.
All right.
There we go.
Jet has left the scene.
I think Sandals is sitting here and just... He puts his hand on the bridge of his nose and he sighs. And he looks at Javi, and he looks at Grayson, and he looks at Manifesto, and then he just says, we really need to talk about Jet.
Not here, not now. I think he's got the right idea. Let's go.
In the distance,
I mean-
in the distance, you just hear, Melvin!
Sandals, I mean, you're not wrong. There's something... He looked into my eyes earlier, and they were just like, it wasn't natural.
No.
He has gold eyes. I don't know how to explain it. There's something weird with him.
Some people, I think, we all like to think that we're the main characters of our own stories. But I think Jet is the opposite. And I think the most dangerous situation we're in right now is that we're side characters in his story, and he doesn't know it. Jet, this is
You're about
all...
to call Jet an NPC.
This is all about Jet. This is his hometown. Mr. Man is his friend. Why else would this be set here? The viewers don't seem to notice him yet. No one seems to really be focusing on him yet. But this is his story. If we're to make it out of here, we need to figure out what the fuck is going on with him. And I think with that, Sandals just like shrugs and decides to start walking out the tent.
Ooh.
Okay. Manifesto is going to go ahead and pick up. Who has the cleaver? Did anyone pick it up?
Oh yeah, I got it. I'm holding on to it.
It suits you.
All streamers in the room have to take a stability check because they were just told they're not the main character.
Oh no. Manifesto is holding on to his little chair, and I think he's going to try to scoop up our blanketed little gecko friend over there. Try to follow suit with everyone else outside, and just kind of like try to keep a wide berth around the fucking glowing red eyeball that's staring at them the whole time. Though I suppose we should also pick up the goggles while we're here too. So
Right.
he'll scoop those up too and just pocket them for now.
Thankfully, Derek is travel-sized, so that's not going to be difficult.
It travels, yes. So he's all wrapped up, all snug in his blanket, snug as a bug in a rug,
Recovering from surgery.
Yeah.
Normal day.
carried by a luchador bridal style. And I suppose currently, I'd say Manifesto's kind of wanting to head toward the direction of the Teslas, maybe? If other people are wanting to follow him.
Grayson's definitely following Manifesto.
All right. So we're going to cut over to Jet briefly and follow along with his little adventure before we get back to the rest of the group. So, Jet, I think I got a good idea of what or who you're on the hunt for. Where are you going to look?
Let's see. It's probably not. I've already used my notice point on Sandals running away.
You got some outdoor survival if you want to do some like foot tracking.
What if we have to camp later? I'm gonna have to try to find. I need to try to find him.
You also got a bunch of interpersonal skills if you want to try and get answers out of other people. Okay. So, looking through the tracks, and don't ask why, you're very familiar with Mr. Man's feet and with the shape of them. You've had to delete his page on the Foot Wiki several times. Don't worry about it. He has many tracks going in and out of town. It looks like he's been a very busy bee tonight. But it looks like the most recent, freshest tracks are heading out of town and going towards the trailer caravan, likely to his own trailer there.
Then I'm booking it to his trailer.
Okay. And I think as you do this, the others are probably able to see you heading in that direction if they want to follow, or if they want to keep heading towards the sponsor circle where all the Teslas are, they can do that instead.
I think, if anything, Sandals is walking, behind Jet and just following him, because at this point, Sandals is under the assumption that learning more about Jet and figuring out how he plays in all of this is going to be a more successful way of dealing with this problem than trying to escape into the desert fog, which, as far as he is concerned, is where the viewers came from.
I think Javier would be doing the exact same thing because he knows he saw something weird in Jet's eyes earlier. Yeah. Should I roll for infiltration or something? Maybe I can lead the way in the fog.
Oh yeah, if you want to do it without Jet seeing you, you could do that. If not, you can just follow him normally. All right, that's a pretty good roll. I'm going to say, yeah, you're able to follow along without him realizing you're doing so.
Is Javi doing that with Sandals?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. No,
And that's
I'm
a good
100%
enough roll that you can cover the whole group with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So, Jet, you've arrived at the trailer caravan. Do you want to try Man's trailer? Do you want to look at any of the other ones?
Let's start with Man's trailer, yeah.
Okay.
Unless I have conflicting data.
All right. You enter into Man's trailer. It's probably the biggest and nicest one here, as people might expect. You've been in here quite a few times before. There's so many road trips, so many on-site filming locations that this is pretty much a second home for Man. And you do so many odds and ends for him. You're coming and going from here pretty frequently. As you enter his trailer, you do in fact find him here. He is at his kitchen table, frantically scouring through a stack of paper printouts. It looks like a long, dense legal document of some kind that he is desperately scraping through. He does not seem to notice you enter, even as you have been calling his name so many times.
Jet's just gonna run straight to him and embrace him.
Aww.
This does manage to get his attention, and he's shocked for a moment, managing to leap nearly to the ceiling in fright with those cat-like reflexes. But eventually his paws do come back down onto your shoulders as he realizes it is, in fact, his good buddy Jet and not a crazy monster out to kill him. And he gasps and catches his breath, and he says, "Oh, Jet, buddy."
The moment
What
he feels that he's real after all the shit that happened for the last unhinged half an hour, he just immediately kisses him on the lips.
He is absolutely taken aback, eyes going wide, pupils shrinking down into pinpricks before a pause, and then he like slowly pushes you away and shakes his head. He's like, "What? Did they ask you to do that?"
Shit. We don't have time to deal with that right now. There's a fire. You've put me up with a bunch of fucking psychopaths. This little kid, this tiny guy's scaring children. The wrestler ripped his own tooth out. I think Margot's dead.
Oh, not Margot. She was very expensive. No, I have to find a way out. And then he goes like tears himself away from you and goes like scouring through the paperwork again, desperate to find something in there.
What the fuck are you doing? We need to get out of here. Where are the keys? There's a fire.
I need to find a loophole, some way to get out of this.
I think I need to do this. That's not an amazing roll.
Ooh, yeah, that'll help stabilize him and get
to make him fucking focus right now, because we need to get out of here and there are dead people and fire and everything's bad.
I'm gonna say that's very effective. What are you doing to focus him?
I literally just grabbed both of his tusks, his saber teeth, and just fucking make him look at me.
You get his attention, and this brazen act of abuse of species features, it gets him to stare at you and actually pay attention. And he says, and he starts taking a deep breath. You're right. We need to go, but I don't know if we can. I don't know how this works exactly. Miss Potatoes, she's the one who set it all up.
I don't care what state the business is in or whether your man meat's gonna sell tomorrow. We need to live this hour.
Yeah, but I don't think we physically can go.
That's upsetting dice roll.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. What the hell are you talking about? You lose every single key? You have a fleet.
Yes, but the network's down. We can't open the Teslas.
The fuck are you talking? You made fake what? Jet is completely doesn't even have to form a sentence about how bad they've apparently fucked up cars, if this is a thing you can do.
you need all the keys unlocked on your phone in order to unlock one of the Teslas, and the radio tower's on fire, and there's no internet.
You actually implemented the cars into the escape room? No one would even notice that. You could just give them the fucking car.
I thought it would be cool.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
Maybe if we run, can we run faster than they can fly?
This is just a standalone trailer, right? It's not a.
Yeah, it would need a separate vehicle to pull it. It does not have its own drive system.
Fly? Who's flying?
The viewers. Haven't you seen them? Didn't they ask you to kiss me?
I don't have a YouTube account. I don't know what you're talking about.
He just stares at you dumbfounded. Okay, is there anyone else? Is everyone else okay? Other than, oh goodness, other than Margot?
I don't think the tech's gonna be walking anytime soon.
I don't know his name, but that's bad.
Jet does know his name in universe. I just don't.
His name's
poor
Derek.
Poor Derek Jitters.
Your name is Jitters.
Yeah.
I think
Derek
at this
Jitters.
point, Sandals, who has been sitting across from them, but just out of view, like kicks his feet up on the table and dangles the keys to the trailer in his hand, signaling that he has locked the door behind him, and just says, his name's Derek. Hello, Melvin.
Holy
I think
shit,
we all
when
need
did you
to
get
have a
here?
talk."
This man his hackles raise up, the furs up on the back of his neck, and he actually reflexively leaps up onto the kitchen table to get away from Sandals, knocking papers askew all over the floor.
That's the guy that's scaring children. I was calling him Goggles, but it's not funny anymore.
I did get a pair of goggles, so it is at least a more appropriate nickname now. So Sandals rolls his eyes and then like sets the like clearly makes a show of like setting the fact that he has the keys in his hand into his pocket. And he goes, Melvin, Jet, you're part of this too, and we'll get to that in a moment. But Melvin, you have some very important context, I think, that it would behoove you to share at this point. And as he says behoove you to share, I think Sandals is like very clearly enunciating, as in, this is sort of maybe a threat, but not in like a physical violence way, but in a like, this could be very bad for you if you do not play along sense. And he looks down at the papers, obviously signaling that this is of major legal concern for him. And in this moment, Sandals then just goes, there is a lot about this entire story, let's call it, this narrative that you've set up, that doesn't really make much sense. You know, I made a little bit of a living, let's say, investigating stories like these, learning lore, characters, just, you know, details. And all of the details with this story, they'll point to one thing. On one hand, you say we're here to win the deed to an old tourist town, one that's long past its time. But no matter where we look, we can't really find a reason as to why you would pick this town over others. There are hundreds of tourist towns out there. Some you might even have been able to get more above board. Why would you pick the town with mafia ties? An old dead tourist town where the main attraction, according to the internet, doesn't even exist anymore. Why is it that every single puzzle we've gone to seems to be directly tied to the history of one of your friends? Why are you setting Jet up? And I think at this point, Sandals looks to Jet. And Sandals has been very aggressive and sort of direct up to this point. In fact, he was very mean to Jet just a moment ago. But if Mr. Man were to look directly in Sandals' face, all he can see in Sandals' face is sympathy and like pity for Jet.
So, after this address, Mr. Man is trembling, but not quite as on edge as he was when you first started. And the first thing that he can respond with is a shaky request. I'll tell you everything, but please don't hurt him.
I think at this, Sandals just goes like, I could, please, from one content creator to another, I would never hurt the star of the show. You can't rough up the talent. We have viewers watching.
And as you mentioned that, there's actually a couple viewers like trying to see through the blinds on the side of the trailer. Mr. Man notices this and quickly tries to turn the blinds, and he does it the wrong way and then tries to redo it the right way. They're dangerous. We can't let them in. Just don't listen to them. Don't do what they say.
You're telling us things we already know, Melvin. We're asking for more background. I need the world building. You know more about what is happening than you're letting on, so answer my question.
It wasn't my idea. It was all Miss Potatoes. She said it would be great content and it would improve humanity. Everyone would be better off.
I think Sandals just goes ugh. You hearing this, Jet? Looks like your boyfriend here sold you out.
Wait, sorry, what?
I think Sandals just looks at him, gives him a nasty look and then says, listen, buddy, reality TV is your realm. I think you understand the story that's been written so far. And then he just looks back to Jet. How do you feel about this?
Melvin's an idiot. He's not a schemer. Every video he makes doesn't make sense when you look on his face. Oh, I cured 100 people of their imposter syndrome. That's not a scheme.
He's right. I'm dumb. I'm just a big dummy.
I think Sandals is just sitting here and is just his hands are in his head is in his hands, and he's just all right, well, it takes a team to make a man. Okay. You sold Jet out to Miss Potatoes. Clearly, there must be something here that she wants. We already understand the nature of the threat, I suppose, we've gotten ourselves entangled with. But what did she come to you with to buy you out like this?
The promise that this would be great. It'd be first contact. Do you realize how many views that would get? And more importantly, how much it would benefit the world at large, but also the views.
I think Sandals at this point is sitting, stands up, begins to walk back towards the door, And he just looks back at Melvin, looks him square in the eyes, and says, "You really don't have a personality, do you? You're just a walking trope with no depth and no real talent being propped up by the people around you that you're exploiting. That's pathetic. Your team deserves more." And then he unlocks the door and walks away. I want Melvin to roll fucking stability damage.
You know what? I'm gonna have him roll because, damn, sick burn.
This is
He
unhelpful.
does not have a lot of. Oh,
Wow, he's unfazed. He's heard that every day of his life.
yeah, but you do see, looking at his face, that this is weighing on him. He is taking these words to heart, but in a way where he has kind of already internalized it. Sandals is just bringing it to the surface, articulating and putting words to something he has thought of and felt about himself for a very long time.
So
And-
as Sandals walks out of the door, though, I want to just motion to Javi and Grayson and Manifesto and just go, "They're in there. Have at them."
So I obviously didn't follow Sandals into the trailer, but I was right with him right before he went in. So I don't know what this means. I think I was just kind of watching through like the blinds that are cracked open there a little bit.
Yeah, and I think there's not a lot of soundproofing in the trailer, so you heard that whole thing.
Yeah, and I think because
Or since you rolled stealth, you also got in, and even Sandals missed you. So there's like a fucking there's an onion of stealth reveals.
Whoa.
I mean, Javi could have been in there at the same time if he wanted to. My
literally
stealth
see-
roll was specifically to lock the door so that Melvin couldn't come out.
Like,
Yeah, no,
like it's like we literally see Javi for the first time as Sandals walks past him to leave.
my
like,
mental
"Whoa."
image was like there were viewers outside looking through the blinds, and I was just looking with them.
Yeah.
So, with Sandals gone, Man turns to Jet and says, "I am so sorry. We have to get everyone out of here."
Oh, I am furious with you, but this is not the time to get into that.
Okay.
Does Jet have a gun in his trailer?
So actually, if you want to roll preparedness, that's how we find out if you have a gun available.
Mm-hmm.
And you have several points in that if you want to spend them. Ooh, yes.
That's a crit.
In fact, you do. You have multiple firearms available. As the actual best shooter in the party.
Yeah.
I'll let you tell me, what do you have in your trailer?
Listen, I have great news for you. Jet knows guns. I do not know guns. I don't know about what guns are. Does it a PP7?
All right, Jet's got PP in his trailer.
Fucking James Bond guns from GoldenEye. I've got a needler.
You got a needler, an energy sword. Yeah, I got a gravity hammer waiting for you.
He's got all the
Anna's dart gun.
he got all the airsoft left over from when you guys did a John Wick tie-in.
But no, two of
Here's
Jet's
the pitch.
highest skills are shooting and athletics, but I do not know guns.
I feel like Jet would have a shotgun.
Ooh,
That would fit the aesthetic.
I do like that.
I mean, a standard loadout, right, is gonna be like a bolt action, maybe rifle for hunting. Maybe not bolt action. What are they called? Like a hunting
Lever action?
rifle,
Lever
a shotgun.
action.
Maybe it would not be a lever action. Those have been in style for years.
They make leverless guns now.
Yes, they make leverless guns.
This joke's
They're-
just for Toaster.
for people who play fighting games.
So yeah, you got a good stock back at your trailer if you want to go hit it up.
And that seems like the thing to do.
All
Something is up. We're keeping the group together. and Jet is not losing sight of Melvin.
All right. So before you leave, then he's going to try and gather all the papers up and get them in a stack so he can try and find a loophole in those while you're walking.
While Sandals is outside, I have two things I want to do. First, I need to ask Ka a DM question. The viewers are paying attention or trying to pay attention to what's happening inside the trailer. They're not paying attention to those of us that are also viewing what is happening right now.
So they were definitely focused on what was going on in the trailer while you were in there having a moment. But now that the moment has passed, some of them are starting to lose interest and instead turning their gaze on our various party members instead.
Okay. I think Sandals and as many of the people as he can sort of round up, he's talking to Grayson and Manifesto, and he's very clearly just like, we should maybe get out of view. Just try to be as boring as possible. Blend in with what's happening. Because I have a feeling we understand how they work. And so immediately Sandals is just gonna like pull out his phone, not really do anything with it because it doesn't have any signal, but he's gonna try to be like a background actor, just go through a few motions and not draw any attention to himself.
Sandals' frame rate drops.
Yes, exactly.
low LOD. I feel like as a safety consultant, Grayson has like a specialty in this.
Grayson is sort of looking at this giant pile of papers going, this looks like something that's a little bit more friendly than what's been going on.
He's gonna solve the case.
He's like sidling up to Man. Hey, what's up with all the paperwork? That seems a little out of place right now.
It's the contract that Miss Potatoes drafted up. I think that's what brought them here, and there might be a way to get rid of them. I can't tell though. It's so dense.
Well, it definitely looks like you've already got it out of order. Can I help you sort this?
Oh, sure. You don't speak lawyer, do you?
I do, actually. You hired me to this site to speak lawyer a little bit.
Oh, you're the safety guy that we needed for insurance, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not been that safe. Not that anyone wanted to listen to me.
I am so sorry for that. But here, and he does hand you the big stack of papers.
Fantastic. 100% would love to use some law skill to start sifting through this while other people do productive things.
Okay. I'll say just by having law, you can slowly sift through this and piece together what's going on. Or if you want to give me a law spend, you can immediately pinpoint what is going on by zooming through and finding the meat of the matter in these documents.
I will go ahead and give a spend.
All right. Excellent. So a lot of this looks very, very standard TOS, if a little long and drawn out, kind of suspiciously so, as if they want people to lose interest, scroll to the bottom and sign. And nested in various places, you find some weird like disclaimers and notices, and the language on how it refers to the viewers of the event kind of tickles at your brain that it might not be referring to people watching the stream at home. It might be referring to these creatures. And specifically, it seems like this contract gives the viewers permission to do something with everyone who has signed one of these contracts. They are promised to the viewers somehow.
Jeez. This didn't go through any legal review, did it?
It went through Miss Potatoes. She's the smartest legal expert I know. I mean, she's the one that drafted it.
That's not
Can't just say
review.
draft like that.
There is some kind of stipulation in here that everyone who signed on has some sort of promise to the viewers. And I can't make out what it means, but the language here is very strange.
Oh, that's bad. Everyone here has signed that.
Oh, okay.
The staff, the talent. I sent one to your boss. I think he signed it for you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, dick. He knows that I can read these things better than him. All right. Well, do you have any indication of what promise means? Is that something that Miss Potatoes has said to you?
You do hear the whisper of a viewer drawing closer as it says, "Promise, promise." And the viewer leans into Grayson and it says, "Hey, give us numbers."
Oh, I got lots of numbers. How many people signed this contract? Is it indicated anywhere?
You don't see it. This looks like this is Mr. Mann's copy of the contract specifically, so it has his signature at the end, but you can't tell how many other people have signed it. They just would have been sent copies of this also.
How many pages are there to this contract?
23. And looking over, it does look a little bit familiar. You think this is the same contract that you helped print out for Javi when you first arrived.
Oh, great. So helped him sign his life away to this. Great.
Yeah. This would have been a very interesting campaign if Javi didn't sign.
Grayson just idly mutters 23.
So after you say that, you feel a weird throbbing sensation in your head. And when it subsides, you get the sensation, and you don't know how you know this, but you don't know numbers anymore.
Oh, neat.
And the viewer seems very pleased by this, and it says, "A boon, a boon!" And something flops onto your head, and it takes a second for you to realize this appears to be a Mr. Mann shirt that has been signed by him already.
Oh, terrific. I wanted one of these. What?
Is it children's sizes?
It does look like it's children's sized.
For Grayson's kid? Counterfeit Mr. Man shirt.
Authentic signature.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that is my signature. I guess that must be from the merch booth.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mann.
Sure, I could have gotten you one. Don't talk to the Watchers.
Huh?
What?
What?
I am also here.
Are we nearing Jet's trailer?
Yes, you are nearing Jet's trailer. Let's go ahead and move.
Oh, we were moving.
Yeah, we walk and talk. We're efficient about
we
we're not just gonna hang around and get propositioned.
I thought we gotten sidetracked at the desk or something.
No, we're bringing the papers with us.
Yeah.
Grayson has the ability to walk and read at the same time, which is not an ability I possess.
Grayson has
Complete
excellent
darkness and fog.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
excellent night vision.
Okay, so let's see.
I mean, Sandals has his phone out, so there's some light.
Jet, you don't remember leaving your trailer like this. It is absolutely wrecked when you get inside. I'll move Mr. Man aside a little bit so you can see better. It is absolutely wrecked. It looks like 30 years have passed since anyone has been in here. There is mold and rust and decay and grime. It almost looks like someone's been squatting here.
It looks like my studio apartment.
How fucking hot was it today? My trailer looks like a crayon.
Oh, this isn't good. Ooh. But you do see, wherever you stash them, you do find the probably gun safe, gun locker. Probably not just sitting out.
No, it's like a lock. It's probably a lockbox in the bench.
Yeah,
The
that
inevitable
sounds right.
table bench thing that trailers have.
Yeah, and you do find your firearm supplies there safe and sound.
And how many guns do we have?
I'll say you had 2 with that roll. You can have your shotgun and 1 other.
And a pistol, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the group here.
Who do you trust with a firearm, and why is it not Sandals?
Sandals is good at shooting.
There's one. From Jet's perspective, he looks through this group and he sees the most terrifying person he's ever met. Somebody who is visibly shaking at all times. Someone who ripped out his own tooth. And Javier. so he's going to hand Javier a gun and ask him if he knows how to use it.
Javier has 1 stability.
Oh, yeah.
So as you try to pass me the gun, it gives me a really good feeling. I feel like we're safer now. In this moment, I'm going to spend both of my shrink points to give me some stability back.
Okay. So you will get 1 per.
Can you
since
shrink
using it on
yourself?
You can. It's just less effective. You get 2 points back if you do it.
I was gonna say if I was gonna say that if I see him freaking out, I can probably reassure him. I'm very good at that.
I'm gonna get ahead of it a little bit though. So.
Jet has shockingly effective interpersonal skills, despite all expectations.
Manifesto is gonna approach Jet and kind of hold up his supreme logoed gun and be like, "Do you have bullets for this?"
Yes, you do have 45 millimeter.
Is it? I assume it's the same ammo that Javier's gun uses.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. So I felt very good and pleased that you have guns. Man, I don't know how to use this thing though. I've never fired a gun in my life.
All right. Any takers?
Sandals just goes, "You did once refer to me as a school shooter."
Jet does not look at Sandals and is looking at Grayson while he asks this question.
No, I never learned to shoot.
Should we give Mr. Man a gun?
No.
He's not giving Melvin a gun.
Manifesto has 1 shooting. I have 0. Grayson has 0.
Jet literally bites through his cigarette. It splits in half and falls on the ground. And then he holds the gun out to Sandals.
Sandals grips it and then very politely makes a show that he is not touching the safety. He's not fucking with it. And he goes, "Thank you." And then he points the gun away from people as he then brings it to his side so that he's making a very clear show that he knows how to handle a gun. And then goes, "If it makes you feel any better, I always preferred archery. It's much more intimate."
I don't like how he described it as intimate.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Sandals is already rooting through Jet's trailer. He does not care about the mold. He maybe has a tissue in his hands. He's pulling open drawers, looking in things. The gun, you will notice, is tucked very almost uncomfortably intelligently into the back waistband of his pants, as if he has done this before.
Straight out of Compton.
Setting character.
Do I need to roll anything to see if I find anything in his trailer?
Let's see.
Sandals is being nosy, and
You're
I
just
don't think that he's
scrounging
trying to
around.
hide it, by the way, because he is fully cards on the table, announced to every single person here, including Jet and Melvin, that he thinks Jet is the main character of this story and he needs to know more.
Let's see. I'm gonna put this one in Jet's courts. What would Sandals find here, given a thorough look over? What would normally be in your trailer?
Well,
About that.
microwavable Red Baron French bread pizzas,
Unfortunately,
a-
those have all gone off.
escalating scale, size scale of dildos if you find the right spot.
Sandals has found the right spot. I want to be very clear about this.
Several Xbox 360 games, but no apparent Xbox 360. Like
Painting a very sad picture of a man right now,
Like,
but we'll go on.
every year of Madden for like 7 years.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Three copies of Madden 2006, just to be sure.
So you can hand them out so that people play with you.
A copy of Cool
That's what
Runnings on
man.
DVD.
That's what man money buys you.
I think let me rephrase this. Sandals is looking for dirt.
There's a lot of
Whether
it.
that means a diary or a laptop or an old iPod Touch that was sitting in the junk drawer for too long that might have some personal feelings written into a notes app. That's what Sandals is looking for. Is there anything of that kind that may be found in this touring RV trailer thing that Jet has ostensibly lived in for long periods of time?
It'd be an old photo of Jet and Mr. Man as like 10-year-olds.
Aw.
There's a necklace that has that star motif on it from throughout the town.
Yeah.
The necklace?
God damn it.
I think Sandals notices that for sure. I don't think Sandals is going to take any jewelry, but he's going to notice it. I think Sandals will take the picture, though.
Probably a just horrible quality, like handmade, like locally printed, like small town yearbook. Like that's basically a zine. Which is just raw paper and has had to live through both the last 15 years of his life and whatever happened to this trailer.
So whatever the fuck you guys are all doing in the living room of this trailer, Sandals is now fully plopped onto the edge of Jet's bed and is thumbing through the yearbook. Before anyone can do anything, Jet wants to see if he can find Mr. Man, like what Mr. Man signed in the yearbook.
Oh, Mr. Man's wouldn't be in the yearbook.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Oh, so this was before you knew him?
No, because it would be, if it's the tiny small town one, it would be from here.
Oh,
It
gotcha.
wouldn't-
Okay.
Mr. Man
It
would have been
when
from
he
a,
was like 10.
yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so then at that point, then Sandals is looking around town for anyone noticeable. Can Sandals find Mrs. Potatoes in the yearbook?
You do not see any potatoes in the yearbook. Do you know how to spell potatoes?
Yes, Sandals knows how to spell potatoes.
Until the viewers get you.
I was waiting for it.
All right.
Sandals understands that it's actually a Polish name, so it has 7 more consonants than it seems like it has.
It's actually spelled Potoooo because there are 8
Yeah.
O's.
They're all different
Yes.
O's.
Yes.
But he's just looking for any names that we may have seen or heard about around town. Anything like that. But if it doesn't seem like there's any leads there, then he just kind of goes like, and puts it on the bed.
Nothing really tickles at your mystery bone in your brain. But as you're looking around, you hear a strange metallic scratching noise. It seems to be coming from the next trailer over.
Hey, Jet. Or I suppose Melvin.
What?
Who's in the trailer next door?
And he sticks his head out and looks. I can't see in the back. Oh, that's Goose's. He has the window covered up.
Ah.
All right, so I'm just gonna say it. We don't know if Goose is Goose or if he's like some fucked up monster right now.
He's definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and say, Goose ain't around anymore.
No, he's one of my best friends. We're all bros here.
Sandals just fucking gets right in Mr. Man's face, like literal nose to nose, and just says, Melvin, Goose isn't around anymore.
No, no, that can't be. And he runs outside and runs over to Goose's trailer.
Melvin, I just toss the carton of bullets at Manifesto, and I don't check to see if he catches it. And I just book it.
Roll for damage.
Roll for damage.
It hits Jitters.
So at this
Oh
point,
yeah, I forgot you have your hands full.
Jet has in his inventory a box of cigarettes, a lighter, no camera, and a shotgun. The camera remained where it
in
landed.
pieces.
Yeah, that thing's destroyed. Those things
The
are fragile.
camera
They're full of glass.
is embedded in talent.
Mm. That's where it
She's ready
belongs.
for her close-up.
Oh, do not put that on her headstone.
No, that's just the name of the episode.
God, her husband is still just walking around here.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about the fucking the hottest
Martin
NPC so far.
God, this is Jet's horny episode.
He was in the game for 3 seconds.
He had a whole thing planned.
He had a whole
Thanks,
thing.
Toasty.
It's a metaphor for being a dungeon master.
Oh, okay. Let's see how much this goose is cooked.
It's upsetting being able to see Toaster roll anonymously.
Gave him the gun.
The options ran out.
All right. So, are some of you staying there, or does everyone want to follow good Mr. Man over to Goose's trailer?
I suppose I should maybe put Jitters in Jet's bed and
Okay,
close
he'll
the
be
door.
safe there.
And just for safekeeping, he might just go ahead and, put a chair or something against that doorknob in case he gets a little crazy like the rest of them.
Yeah, that's safe.
But then he'd go ahead and he'd join everyone else outside with the viewers and outside the van or the trailer.
Okay. So, you see Mr. Man head into Goose's trailer, and he's shouting, Goose! Goose, are you here, buddy? But you don't hear any response. Anyone like to go in after him?
That's weird. He's normally very loud.
He is very loud.
Oh,
One of his
ignore
defining
that.
features.
What is happening? What is that?
I'm trying to add in my weapon, but it rolled. So disregard.
The icon is just this upsetting knife.
It is. It's like a brass knuckles knife.
Yeah.
Okay. So who was gonna head in? Or
Well,
do you want to wait out here?
I think we're following Mr. Man, who was already running in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we have much of a choice of who's going in first. And Jet's definitely
Alright.
chasing after Mr. Man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
So,
Jet's
I'm gonna-
leading the way here.
Just to be clear, Ka and I already know what's happening with me, but Sandals is not going in at all. That's not happening.
He's bringing up the
Sandals-
rear. He's watching your back.
Yeah, Sandals is
Sandals
coming
is-
up from behind.
Sandals is gonna crawl into Jitters like a tauntaun.
Like a tauntaun? No. Sandals is taking very good care of Derek, and he is paying very close attention to him, but he is not following you into the other trailer.
Okay.
It seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, no, I'm standing outside as well. I don't, like where this is going.
Jet, you've never actually been in Goose's trailer before. He's shown you lots of pictures of his collection, but heading inside is a completely different story. When you enter Goose's trailer, the entirety of the space that one can occupy in here is consumed by mountains of plushes.
I don't like the super shrine. I don't like
You called me a school shooter. That's all I'm saying. All right.
I don't like the one that has like the god rays. It's like a shrine to the king bear.
And on the floor near the bed, which is hard to distinguish as a bed because every inch of it is covered in plushes, you see a very lifelike mannequin.
Oh no.
Is this the one that was supposed to be at McCree's? Strange. Very strange that. But you don't see Goose anywhere in here.
My strange addiction.
Oh, I didn't know he got this bad.
Okay, we need to get Goose an intervention, but this is not our priority right now.
And while you guys are in here, meanwhile, outside, a sudden thump slams the door shut, and those of you who are still outside see a very large, menacing figure looking at you. And that's where we're going to take our break for tonight.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like this video, definitely subscribe, and please consider supporting Gnollplaying games on Patreon. There is a lot of custom art that needs to be paid for to make these shows possible, and as a thank you for your support, over the next few months you'll gain access to short stories that develop the Cape Escape universe, as well as behind-the-scenes peeks at our upcoming series, Dead Laws.